Okay, so we're in Unit 3, Photoshop Basic Tools, and at the bottom here, there's a link that says Skill Builder for Eggs. When I click on that, a picture of eggs will come up. You're gonna download that and save that image and open it up in Photoshop. File, open, and choose your eggs file. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a picture of yourself. It helps if it's square on and maybe making a silly face or something, kind of playing with that a little bit, like so. Awesome. It's me. I just took this like 5 minutes ago. Copy it, which is Control-C, and paste it on top, Control-V. Then turn your transform controls on so you can resize it like that. And put a mask on top and paint with black. I want my brush to be really big and I want it to be very soft. And I'm going to start on the outside edge. Let's make it bigger than that. And blend, 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 blend. Are you an egghead? Right?
Wait, is this our next project?
Yep, this is the next project.
That we're turning ourselves into eggs?
You're turning yourselves into eggs. Yeah. It has to be an egg. Yes, probably, unless you want to come up with something clever. We could talk about it a little bit. And my transformation is a little bit too big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Remember to hold that shift key down. That's totally fine. You can tweak the color of the eggs. How would we do that? Play with the color of the eggs, and you can experiment with stuff. So the goal here, what I want to see that you know how to do, is I want to see that you understand blending and masking, and this trick called color match, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I've got this layer set up that just has my face on here, and look, I got too much of my eyeball, so I need to switch colors, paint with white, and get the eyes to come back. Yeah. So I've got my layer here all set up, and now I need to make sure that I save it so I can match it to the original image. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and make sure my format is Photoshop document. And let's call this Egghead. Yeah? Now, I'm going to open that egg picture again, but only to use it as a stencil. And I'm going to make a selection of that egg color. So I have a marquee here of that egg color. And now I go back to my egghead image, and I'm going to go to Image Adjustments. You guys are familiar with that one again. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Image Adjustments. We did hue and saturation before when we did the mandalas. This time you're going to choose Match Color. And I'm going to tell it that the source is that egg image, and to use that selection to calculate the colors. And I can play with the fade and blend them together. Yeah? So you can play with that a little bit. You may want to take your eyes out and duplicate the layer and play with it. You are totally welcome to make yourself an apple or some other types of fruit. I'm fine with that. What I do want you to notice, it did make my eyes that kind of eggy color. If you want them to be separated, you need to duplicate the layer first so that you can go back and erase out where your eyes were to bring back that original white of the eye. So I would go to here, I've gone step back to my history, layer, duplicate layer. Okay, so now I have two of the same thing. This one, I'm gonna, match the color, image, adjustments, match color. And I tell it the source is the eggs. And to use that selection, and I'm going to fade it a little bit because it's a little too much. And then I'm going to hit OK. And when I go back to my mask, I can now erase my eyes out of the mask. And the blue of my eye on the original one will show through. So if I switch to black here and I paint just a little bit, make sure I'm on the right thing, it's going to bring it back a little bit more. And you can get a little closer and make it a little more exact.
You look really concerned about being an egg.
I know, it's a very scary thing to be an egg. Like I said, you can choose apples, you can choose whatever kind of fruit that best you feel like represents who you are. Oh, my eyebrows look terrible there. Okay. Okay. Yeah? Command plus to zoom in. Play with it, have fun with it. You guys are welcome to fill all of them in. So if you are going to choose something other than the egg image I've saved on here for you, please play with it a little bit more. Whoops. And make sure that you've got, come on, it's being fussy with me. Make sure that you've got your face on here a couple of times. So don't just do it once. So if you use the eggs, I want you to fill in back here. So you're playing with changing the size and you're playing with organizing it. So if you're going to use fruit or something else, make sure you pick one that's just more than one object. You can make yourself a basket of oranges. I don't care what you do. Yeah? Last but certainly not least, we're going to check our image size. So go to image size. Oh no, this egg picture is huge, right? It's 44 inches wide. I want you to downsample it. So make sure this is 7. Change your resolution to 300 to keep things nice and crispy. And change it to reduction to make it sharper. And now it's going to be a little bit smaller. Put your name in here somewhere as well.